Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Frenzy. And again, life has kind of gotten in the way and a few other obligations, and I'm doing this late Thursday night so you all can have it to see on Friday. And I'm going to go as quickly as I can. I have already pre-treated this background with gesso. Not sure I needed it because it's actually the white side of a part of the packaging for the mixed media, the Vicki Boutin mixed media paper. I'm going to do it this way because I dragged the gesso that way. What we're working with this time is a Mickey. Listen to me. There was Disney night on Dancing with the Stars, and we just watched it. Missy Wooden did this really fun page called Parking Lot Selfies, and I love it. I think I loved it the first time I saw it a while back, and I'm so glad it was chosen for this week. I also have a photo strip, but my photo strip is longer than hers, and I'm going to try to use the photo strip. I'm going to combine these photos and this photo strip kind of all into one. I'm going to try to integrate that whole look there. And I'm going to use some washi tape, and I have cut one of these circles. It's not that big. This is the biggest die I had, but I'm going to cut it in half and kind of spread it apart. And I also have one of those that made a heart, and I did the heart in white. I think I'm going to like having both because I'm planning to do some black sprinkles on my fairly pastel-ish background. These photos are a series that I took of our dog Reese trying to get a cookie that John was eating, and the kind of back and forth between the two of them, and then her ending up longingly looking at John's hand as he's chewing on the cookie that she didn't get any of. So it's kind of cute. None of those is a particularly good photo. So I ran it through a filter that turns it into like a watercolor painting. It's called Waterlog. And it really, it kind of really brought out some colors, and you can still get the idea of the fluffy dog trying to get the cookie out of the nice man's hand. Or not so nice, since he didn't give her any. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside, and then I'm going to kind of work on my own, and we'll see where we get with this. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to just do a simple packaging technique sort of thing. I've got 3 colors that blend together nicely. Distress oxides in spun sugar, which is a really nice pale pink, tumbled glass, which is a blue, so when those two mix, it'll be kind of a lavender color, and squeezed lemonade that'll make a greenish and an orangey color there. So we'll see how this works out. I'm not going to get real particular about where the color goes, except I know that I want some to be out here. And because I've gessoed this, I think the color will, or when I apply the color, it'll be wet. It'll stay wet enough for me to kind of move it around. And I blended some of the green with the pink, which I was going to try to avoid. And I think I'm actually going to wipe that up and maybe do these one at a time. I don't really want to I'll just add to the yellow around where the photo is going to be, and kind of extending down as far as that. And I'm applying this drier than I first used because the gesso does let me sort of move it around. Okay, now I'm gonna do some blue on here, and I'll go with that green, then I'll wipe up the green before I do any pink. Okay, I want to get a fair amount of blue because the walls in the room are blue, and I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing here. Let me make sure I get this in this area. I'm kind of turning my packaging every which way and trying not to leave straight lines. Some of that is unavoidable when using it kind of the way I am. So if I change and let my finger pressure be what's leaving it on there, I kind of like that. Now I'm gonna see if I can get that dried. And now I'm going to do, I'll use the other side. I can wipe that off. I really want to get some of the pink in there in much the same way that Missy has some orange showing in hers. And this may be something I do with my fingers. This really doesn't have a lot of pigment. I'll probably be satisfied with less pink than I thought I was going for. Let me blot up some of that, see if it, well, blotting it up actually takes it up, which I should know from Missy's lesson on gessos. If that were directly on cardstock, the color wouldn't come up. Okay, so I like that. And I'll kind of place some down in here. And it will take a minute for it to dry, because I probably will not do, okay, there. With that, I think that's gonna work. I'm gonna put that aside. Now, I would like to do some let me see if I can get any. Yeah, that's making just the faintest little pink circles, and the oxides kind of don't, if that were wet, it would make some mud, but, and I'm doing this just for textural interest, not especially for color. I think that's probably enough of that. And I may want to try and see, you know, I was going to use this maybe off to the side. If I mount this like that, I can do this. And what I thought I would do is use a Copic marker. And I'll just kind of, and I'm going to do it so that it's not completely filling, so it looks scribbled or doodled or kind of drawn on. And this doesn't have perfect sprocket holes here either. So I'll just do that. That's just a bit that'll go down the side, and I think I'm going to run, I have a scrap piece of this beautiful washi tape that's kind of an iridescent silver. Let me get some of that off my hands. I'm going to run this. Let me actually tear it or rip it. I noticed several strips were ripped. I'm maybe just going to rip the ends because that one kind of tore off. I'll rip the ends and those will show under and beside the photo strip. So let me get this here, and I'm going to kind of partially cover the sprocket holes. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and again kind of measure that out there, kind of try that there. I'm thinking that I want to cut this in half and maybe have part of it right there. And part on the other side, and I didn't follow my own rule. I have known how to cut these things so that you don't lose any pieces. I'm going to do that. And this is all without putting my photo down because I want to run some other washi tape strips. And I've got this one which has a yellow, it's an orangey yellow kind of chevronish. And I'll have it showing just at the bottom or kind of, and this one's nice and wide, so easy to, and that's good. I'll do this, just kind of back it right up to that. And none of this is really matching anything that Missy did in hers. Maybe I will do a piece of this up in this area. Let me see where that would need to be. Kind of right about here. There we go. Okay, and I've got this pink, which I thought I would tear and then run. That kind of started, got me started there, and run it crossways. And okay, let's see. Do that there. That's just the right color pink. I'm maybe going to add just the tiniest bit of pink up in there. And then I have this, which is a, it's a scrap from a sticker sheet. And I think I'm going to, well, I may add that at the end when I see where things are going to go. So let me get, this is a green diagonal stripe. And I may run it down from it's a diagonal that goes a different direction, or at least the way I'm putting it on, it does. And so it should stand out there on the silver diagonal stripe. Let me see if I can get this down. And then I'll tuck it under this with my, you know, it's been really cool all week, but I would swear it's the dead of summer, as hot as it is right now. I did just cook and serve a meal, but, and I think I'll use the rest of this maybe like that. And it does also kind of let that yellow show through. I don't know if that's the right angle there. At some point, I think I'm gonna need to get the photo on there. So now I'm gonna use a black. That's actually going the wrong direction, but if I bring some kind of wonky in the other direction, it doesn't have to be parallel. It can have some crisscross sort of interest there. And if I can find the ends, that's something else I probably ought to do before filming, is locate the end of my washi tape. I might do it that way, and I'll run some across right there. And I'll put it down over the pink, and it kind of goes off in its own wonky directions, which normally I wouldn't care, but when I'm kind of overlaying a stripe, I really would like it to stay with the stripe, but it's not wanting to, so at some point I might decide I don't care. This is getting less and less prominent. So at this point, I think I'm going to put the photo on, and then I'll tuck things in as we go, because I have a lot of sequin and star kind of work to go on out there. Let me get that at an angle that the yellow shows. Is that... Well, I just wanted the little bottom part of the yellow, so never mind. That yellow doesn't have to show except there. Now here, I wanted some of that black to show, and it is showing. And I like the yellow so well that I'm gonna tear another strip and run it down right here so that it crosses this bit. It really brightens things up there, and I like that. Okay, that works fine because I'm gonna have some other. I thought I might do this over this way, and then run this one down here. Yeah, I'll do that. Not exactly the same look, but kind of in the same mood, if you will. Okay. I think I'm done with the washi. Now, I really like this, but I kind of want it to start under the photo and maybe end right there. And it just says love, giggles, believe, dream big, adorable, and Reese is just all of those things. This is, it's something that was at home, so I thought I might use this hashtag stay home for playing with the dog. But it doesn't, the logical place to put it is here. It doesn't fit on this side unless I did it this way. And that may be, well, I've lost already my, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the 4 off and leave the stay home, put a little foam behind it so that I can overlap it there. And need that a little bit thinner, narrower. That works. And what that gives me an opportunity for is, I said I was done with washi tape, but I think I can put some of that pink. And I like the idea of putting it on the opposite side of that center line. So I'm going to do this. Okay. Now, this, I would really like it if it could kind of stand up and have some foam under there. And I'm going to see if I can cut any of this foam small enough not to show. And if I can't, I may get some hearts or some other embellishment, buttons or something to kind of cover it up and disguise that fact. Let's see. I have to thank Ronnie Sue Scrapper for choosing this. She's a huge Missy Whidden fan, and I have always been too, but Ronnie has really picked some beautiful Missy Whidden layouts for us to do in Mixed Media Frenzy. Okay, so that's good. It still kind of leans down over here. I may kind of pick that up. Okay, I like that look. Ooh, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that off, and then I'm going to do my sprinkles, because I don't want any sprinkles on the white heart. Or do I? I am going to elect not to care, because that has really stuck. It has stuck to the slightly wet or gessoed, not quite sure what's making it stick. Ooh, those are some nice big splashes. And do some down here. And a few up in there. Okay, that's good. I will now pour out a sequin mix and try to just have a riot of different kinds of sequins. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reuse this because I can spread them out and pick them up more easily with my tweezers. Now this is a mix of a couple of mixes, and the main contents in here are from Little Things from Lucy's Cards, www.lucys-shop.com, called Color Love. It was in the September Mind the Scrap kit, and I absolutely love it. But I accidentally dropped it or poured it into what I thought was an empty container that had a couple of other sets that I had mixed. I was running, you know, the collection, the mixes were running low. Oh my goodness, I got my arm on here. Well, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna just do some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm just gonna start pulling cute things to go in those 10 spots. And I'm gonna mix things up. I've got some hearts here. Let me turn this over. This is a really pretty heart. And I've got some of these sequins that don't have holes. I really don't know what you call them, but they're iridescent and a different color when different lights shine on them. And I think Missy has some of those on her layout, which is what drew me to use this particular mix. Let's see, I've got gears, these big things I don't really want to use. But there is a tiny gear, so why don't we use that? That would be cute, wouldn't it? I think that's from a mix that I got from Christina in one of the Creative Cuts Club kits that was like a boys kit. Okay, and I'm not going to have quite as many elements in my spray here as Missy does. In general, it's a little less detailed. Let's see if I've got that there. I do like varying the sizes. There was a small one underneath that large one, so I really am varying sizes. And I want to vary colors too. I really like this little type of sequin. Did I have any? Yes, there's one left up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's good. I need a few over in here. So let me get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I've got a blue heart that should not go on upside down. Or, you know, why not? And this is kind of a pink color that might be a bit, it's this kind of the same tone as that, a little deeper color, but get that, and maybe I can get this little one to stick. It's all right, that worked. I'll use another one of these here. I really like those. And I'm going to throw a green one in to kind of echo that green washi tape that I have right there. Not that I needed to do that. It's just a color that kind of got formed when the yellow mixed with the blue there. So it's a pretty addition to the mix of colors. There. Now, what should I put right by that black part? I'm going to go with a blue sequin. A true blue. I think I have one more little spot there, and if I can get a tiny but very reflective sequin, that would be perfect. It kind of looks like a little diamond. Okay, I believe those are all the dots I put down. There's something there that needs to be, that's normally I don't, this doesn't bother me too much down here, but the sequins are kind of drawing the eye to this, so I may just put a sequin there. This is kind of one of those dark pink, almost red. And of course some of the glue gets on my tweezers, and I'm not the greatest about cleaning them off. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. I'm gonna add some more black sprinkles even up in this area. There. Okay, I think we're done except for the title. And I'm going to put my title down in here. And it's going to be called Cookie Fight, and I'm using this alpha for the word cookie, and I will glue those on. And then I'll use this alpha for the word fight. And I won't do that on camera. I'll let you all, if you were watching me live, I would let you all go to bed because that's what it is, bedtime. I guess that depends on where you are in on the planet. But I'm gonna call it done, and I'll put the title on and take a photo, and I'll get the video uploaded, and thank you very, very much for watching. I'm doing 2 videos today on Friday. This one for Mixed Media Frenzy, and then I'll be doing my load layout using, as soon as I know what the prompt is after midnight, using the day 2 sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, that I'm also doing in addition to load every day and videoing it. So there'll be 2 up on my channel. I try to do the load one in the afternoon, and this one will be up just after midnight. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, and see you next Friday for Mixed Media Frenzy.